Star Wars 7x7 episode 2526. So yesterday, June 2nd, was Kevin Feige's birthday, actually. He is the president of Marvel Studios and is also developing a Star Wars movie for Lucasfilm. But I feel like there was something that was just so head-smackingly obvious that I never really addressed with that whole news announcement. And so we'll explore that a little bit here today. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy. And thank you so much for joining me for it. So, here's the thing that just finally, just finally got through my thick skull. So, in thinking about the various Star Wars movies that are in development, in some stage of development, right? Even if you want to cast your mind back to when Benioff and Weiss were developing some sort of series of Star Wars movies, or the Rian Johnson trilogy, for example, or more recently the Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie, or the Taika Waititi as yet untitled Star Wars movie, right? These are all situations where we have writers and or directors who are tied to a Star Wars movie or a trilogy of movies or a series of movies where the people that we are hearing discussed are the people who are actually going to be creating the movie itself. But then we have the Kevin Feige movie, and what finally occurred to me, and maybe you were ahead of the curve on this one, and so I apologize for being so slow, but Kevin Feige is neither a director nor a writer. He is a producer. He's been an executive producer. He's been an associate producer, all these other producer type roles in his career. But he is a producer. He is not actually directing the movie. He is getting the creative pieces into place for creating a movie in general, and in the case of Star Wars, that's going to be the case as well. He is going to be a producer for a Star Wars movie in specific. And there have been a bunch of news stories that have already, refuted any sort of, oh my gosh, Kevin Feige is taking over for Kathleen Kennedy, or they're grooming him for this. He wants no part of it. And he just wants to do a Star Wars movie, and he wants to keep running Marvel, and it's perfectly fine. And it's not strange to have multiple producers on a movie. No, in fact, it's actually the norm, and multiple executive producers, and multiple co-producers, and associate producers, and all this business. So, yeah, it's really more the fact that Kevin Feige wants to kind of mastermind a single Star Wars movie. At least, as far as we know, it's a single Star Wars movie. There's been no intimation that it's going to be a series or a trilogy or anything like that. And in fact, there's been precious little news about this potential movie. I mean, I'm saying potential because things get into development and never actually see the light of day. So, let's be honest, it might not happen, but, more than likely it will. Anyway, there's been precious little news or even rumors about it for all intents and purposes. There's only been essentially two. One of them being when it was initially reported in Hollywood Trades, there was a line in an article in the Hollywood Reporter to the effect of one knowledgeable source saying Feige has told a major actor that there's a specific role he would like that person to play if and when he makes the movie. And there's that whole thing about development not being a sure thing, because the if and when, right? So, and that of course tells us nothing. What major actor, what role, because we have no idea when in the entirety of the Star Wars canon it could take place anyway. So who the heck knows? Doesn't mean anything. The other bit of news about whatever Kevin Feige might do with Star Wars, which is also still at the level of rumor, but was reported by the Hollywood Trades. So as far as, rumors and leaks and spoilers go, if the Hollywood Trades are reporting it, this has the highest likelihood of being accurate of any other site that's reporting rumors and leaks and spoilers and whatnot. So the report back in January was that Michael Waldron would be writing Kevin Feige's Star Wars movies. And Michael Waldron will probably be best known in just about a week for being the creator and showrunner of the Loki series that is debuting on Disney Plus for 6 episodes beginning on Wednesday, June 9th. And it seems like the Marvel brass is happy about it because allegedly a second season of Loki is already in development. So then the question becomes, when would Michael Waldron actually have time to write a Star Wars movie for Kevin Feige? Well, I mean, at this point, he's probably pretty much done with everything but the press junkets in terms of the Loki series, and then, what kind of timetable they're dealing with the second season of Loki. Who the heck knows about that also? That being said, they are probably, a little bit more organized. No, it's not exactly the right word I want to say. Just, the planning out of Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4 has probably been done very rigorously and very carefully. And so even though we know that there might be a second Loki season in development, we have no idea when that would actually come out. We have no idea what other series might have to take place before that happens, aside from, the stuff that's already announced, of course. So then it just becomes a matter of getting into the calendar, right? And so we know that here we are in 2021 and scripts are already in the works. Pre-production is in the works on Rogue Squadron, which is scheduled to come out in December of 2023. There's no announced date yet for Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, but the betting odds sure seem to suggest that the December 2025 slot is the one that he would take. And so 2027, that would mean that Michael Waldron would have to be starting to write the Star Wars script for that movie by 2024, which gives him 3 years. So he's got ample time to work on whatever's going to happen with Loki and then bring that particular Star Wars movie to fruition, if that's what will fill the 2027 spot. Meanwhile, principal photography just ended on Thor: Love and Thunder, which is the movie Taika Waititi's been working on, and so that scheduled for a 2022 release. Well, that's another another domino that topples in favor of him getting the 2025 Star Wars slot. And so, we're looking pretty far out. And the other thing that we don't necessarily know the full answer to is how long Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe will take place. And I mean that in terms of the actual, rollout of movies and television series and whatnot. Just how long chronologically will it take for us to complete Phase 4? As of this moment, it's supposed to go through the end of 2023, so you would think that would allow him to concentrate a little bit on Star Wars after that. And, truth be told, he's probably already talking to people about Phase 5, right? So there you go. That's everything there is to know about the Kevin Feige Star Wars movie in development right now, with some additional context thrown in about the Rogue Squadron movie and the Taika Waititi movie, etc., etc. And that is going to do it for this episode of the show. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it, as always, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.